you're listening to the Misfit Mom Wear Show. And it's hosted by this guy named Coach Spiegel. And I would have a crush on him, except that he's already married. And I'm already got a thing going with Superman. I think he's really handsome. And so anyways, we're going to be talking about network marketing. And so this is what's going to happen. You're going to continue listening after this. And you're going to get filled up with lots of secrets about how to win over some leads and get some sales for your MLM world, for your network marketing world. And you're going to do it all without having to push people, be pushy and salesy and slimy, and talk to random strangers. Yuck! Or bug your friends and family. And it's going to be really, really awesome. You're going to learn a lot. And I totally recommend that you continue listening and that you do whatever Coach Spiegel tells you, because he's pretty smart and he's not bad looking. It depends on the light that gets him. He could be handsome or he could be not, or how much sleep that he got. If he was up all night doing his projects, it might have been a really long night. So he might not be that good looking if you see him in one of those. But fortunately, you're listening through the wonderments of podcasting here, so he's got a great face for radio. That's true story. You can tell him that I said that. And so yeah, you're gonna be learning all sorts of stuff about attraction-based marketing. And in case you didn't know this, the world of MLM is very, very broken. It's very, very wrong. And he kind of fell upon some secrets, build up his own businesses that he's going to share with you that work really, really well with MLM business. And he believes that MLM is the future of businesses and the survival of this human species. No joke. If the aliens don't get us first. So without further ado, I got to go join up with Superman, and we got to go battle some bad guys. We'll catch you later.
Hey, Misfit! Coach Spiegel here! Screaming to you through the wonderments of MP3s and iPodness and Stitcher and Google Play. Great to see you. What do you want to talk about today? What are we going to talk about? Today's talk is brought to you by water. Let's go take a swig of that. Nice little healthy swig of water. 1 second, then we're going to right into the show. Today's show, we're going to talk about, hey, why you're not a success yet. And we're gonna get right in front of this before it gets any worse. And today's talk is actually inspired by my first failed student. And I'll tell you all about that story. It wasn't her fault at all. Totally my fault. And she wasn't meant for this life. So I'll tell you all about that story. And then three reasons. If you don't get over these 3 reasons, you're never going to be a success. You're never going to be a millionaire. You're never going to be a true misfit. You're going to have to settle the rest of your life. Misfit! Do you want to settle? All right. Are you in this world to settle? Or are you in this world to step up and make it all? That you be all you can be in the army. Which one, huh? Okay, so take a little break. Let you stew on that. Are you in the settling world? Or are you in the stepping up world? I got to get a swig of water, and we'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And cue awesome music. Yeah, that's right. Get you a little fired up, Mom Warrior. Get you a little going. Get it going a little bit here. And this here is what is called a mid-roll, quote-unquote, ad or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of a break. You'll hear other podcasters will be like, let's go take a break. And some of them will be pushing other people's products. Some of them will be pushing their own products. This is the thing that I want you to learn. Think of the shows out there that you watch. Think of growing up, the radio stations you listen to. Can you give me any one reason why you don't have your own show where you actually talk about the stuff that you want to talk about, where you actually educate and teach and coach your ideal market? This teaching can take the place of a video, it can take the place of a podcast, it can take the place of a video on Facebook, a video on YouTube, wherever it is. And now you have yourself a platform. Now you have yourself an audience. So it's one of the principles I teach you, doing this just right here, that it just changes the game for you. And I show you how to do it. I believe that's day one. Day one of your free ABM course. Go to freeabmcourse.com. And there it's day one. That's day one. Totally changes your life and your landscape in the world. And that's just day one. You got 4 more days. Free little 5-day teaching you the 5 essentials of what it is to be attraction-based marketer, an ABMer. So it's going to, so that you don't have to bug friends and family anymore, so that you can create a little time freedom, so you can go not miss any of your games. So you're a busy mom. People should be working around your schedule, not you fitting it around them. You work when you want. You're the mom warrior. You're the misfit mom warrior. You're calling the shots around here, so it's really cool to have a platform where that attracts everybody to you. So I show you how to do that all on day one there, and it just gets better from there. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just go freeabmcourse.com. Let's get back to the show. That was awesome. That was an awesome swig of water. I really admire you, Misfit. I really respect you. I always get nervous when I'm talking to you because of who you are, because you're someone that's really cool, someone that's really, really good looking, someone that's very handsome. And so I get a little nervous when talking about you, but I gotta do what I gotta do to light that fire underneath you. Just so you know, okay? Today's talk is totally coming from a love, coming from how I expect you to be successful. I expect you to not make the same mistakes that I did. And so that guy passed me. I'm hanging onto a microphone. He passed me. He's like, did a double take look. Huh? What was that? Pretty fun. Okay. 3 reasons why you will never be. If you let these 3 reasons be it. 3 reasons why you will never be rich. You'll never be sexy. You'll never be successful. Because of these 3 reasons right here. And it's up to you what you do with these 3 reasons. If I piss you off today, that means that you're settling. My job, Misfit, is not to be your best friend. My job is to not be, I expect to be loved by you because I expect to get you results. And because of that, I remember I come from a personal training background where I have people love and hate me. Like, oh, I love you, but I hate you. Like, they love the results, but they don't like what I have to tell them to do to get there. Like, I hate you for it. And that's the cool. That's what I sign up for in this world of being a coach. So if it makes you mad, if it lights a little something in you, that means that you got some work to do. And today's lesson here stems from a conversation I had about a year ago with my very first mentee. I was like, this is about a year and a half-ish or so, been in this world of entrepreneurship and making my own businesses, and I failed a bunch of times already. But I was just starting to have some success, actually. And I ended up failing at that, what I was actually being successful in, because I, again, couldn't get over my fear of asking for the sale. However, had some success. I knew a bunch of stuff, and I knew I could help out this one person with what I knew. She was super, super talented at this one thing, and I don't know if she's okay with me sharing it, so I won't tell you too much. We'll say dancing. We'll say dancing. She was very, very good at dancing. Extremely, extremely good. And she was in, if you go back to the book, E-Myth Revisited, us business people, us misfit-minded people, are really, really good at entrepreneurship. We're kind of like, we got to be three things in a business in order to be successful. And this is pulled right out of E-Myth Revisited. It is entrepreneurship, which are like the ideas and the adventures and figuring stuff out and creating. That's an entrepreneur. Then there's the technician, where people are really, really good at this one thing. They're really, really good at, let's say, they're a mechanic. And they know how to fix cars. So they're really, really good at fixing cars. And should we use that as an example? So we'll use that as an example from a year ago, what ended up happening a year ago with me. And so there's this one, and then the third part there is the manager. The manager is like kind of like putting people in their place and plugging holes here and there. And managers are kind of they're more about like they keep everybody in line. They're like the whip crackers, whoopsh, 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 like that. So this one guy, well, okay, let's say it's a girl, okay, and she's a really good mechanic. She's a very, very good technician at the mechanic side of things, and she used to get in trouble for money. Money is always tight for her. So I'm like, okay, money's always tight because you haven't embraced creating your own income, creating your own product, creating your own coaching service, just something. Do you want me to walk you through the process? I'm like, I am on my way there. This is about a year ago. I had this conversation with her. I can teach you what I know so far, but what I've known up till now, I got some success, and nowhere near what I should be. And come to find out, I was probably still overqualified to talk to her about that, because it turns out in the last year, since I've been paying attention now, the last year and a half, what's been going on in the online world, it's everybody that's a failure that's teaching everybody else how to make money. Make $10,000 online. Give me $1,000. And they're like, have you made $1,000? Like, nope. But you give me that money and I'll have made $10,000 a month online. Doing nothing. Make $10,000 a month. It's a lot of people teaching people how to get rich. And they teaching people how to get rich by telling them to turn around and tell other people how to get rich, teach other people. It's just like, blah, blah, blah. So me, like, I'm like, oh, I want to have some results first. I want to have some proof of stuff first. And just so you know, Misfit, everything I'm going to be teaching you and coaching you, I'm trying myself, okay? Just so you know. I don't have it all figured out. I don't have the mansion and the Ferrari and the Corvette, which I don't even want a Ferrari, just so you know, I want a Corvette. And I don't even want a Corvette. I just want to have something to say. That's my, like, success marker. Yeah. For me, it's all about freedom and time freedom and being my own boss and doing what I want and traveling. But I'm not even traveling. Like, there's places I want to go, but for me, it's yeah, never mind. I'm talking about myself too much. Apologize, Misfit. Do you need another water break? You're okay? You doing all right so far? Great. So I started teaching this one student. I'm like, well, and I told her, you have to, in order to get what you want, you got to be a different person than what you are right now. And in order to become a different person, you have to start reading books. You have to educate yourself. You got to start feeding your mind stuff. You got to upgrade your brain, upgrade your skills, upgrade your knowledge, what you know. Because what you know right now is not going to get to where you want to go. And fortunately for you, all the stuff that you need to know is already out there. You got to put in the time. And so all she had to do was, I told her the first book she should go read was, I think I told her it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. I don't remember. It was either that one or 4 Hour Work Week. Yeah, it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Because I've been recommending that to people forever. I'm like, okay, you got to go read Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's the assignment. That was like our first assignment, what she had to do. And then I just said, then you need to think about your product that you're going to create around your technician skill, around her skill. So she had to think about, and she was already like doing great stuff. She was already teaching classes. She already was like having like teaching classes where people showed up for her class, like she got paid for it. But she wasn't so good at like getting people to show up or how to go find people to get them to show up. And on Facebook and on all her Instagrams and all her stuff like that, she's just demonstrating her skill. and then, which she's phenomenal at. She's like one of the best in the world at it. And I was getting a little mad because she wasn't getting justly rewarded for it. For her, it was an art. It was like she did it for the enjoyment of it. And I think she kind of felt a little icky if she got paid really, really well for it, which with this skill and what she was really, really good at, she should be getting paid really, really well for it. But that requires her to upgrade her knowledge and her skills. So she jumps into it. She starts reading the book. And I think she was supposed to go, money is really tight, so she had to go to the library and go rent the book. That's what I call it, the library. You rent it from the library. And I think she got it. I'm trying to remember how it goes. I don't even think she got it, to be honest with you. I think she put in an order for it. And then I'm like, okay, meanwhile, while that book's coming in, we're going to jump on the next book. Because in this world, it's all about taking action. It's not about sitting around and waiting for all the lights to turn green. So I'm like, you have two choices. You can go Entrepreneur Roller Coaster Ride, or you can go 4-Hour Work Week. Go find the other book. And I think she ended up picking the 4-Hour Work Week. And her assignment was to read like 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day to change her life. And she couldn't do it. And so I was coaching her for about 3 weeks. These are the steps to do. And I gave her assignments to do each week that were around creating her product, around creating her audience, all that stuff. I realized, hey, you want to hear a secret? So I listened to these as well. I'm a misfit, just like you, misfit. And I'm here to educate myself as well. I'll listen to these and I'll be like, oh, that was pretty good what I said. That was pretty good what that guy said. I'm like, wait a second, that was me. Whoa, I'm smarter than I think I am. Wow, pretty cool. I use it because I'm insecure and I have an imposter syndrome, so I use it to pick myself back up, just so you know. And sometimes I'm like, God, this guy's a goof. God, what's going on with this guy? What is this guy on? Huh? I'm like, oh, shoot, that's me. You want to hear something funny? So I wrote an article almost a year. No, 7 months ago now. And it was, I'll tell you all about my, I'll go into deeper in detail about all my failed businesses. But I wrote an article. It was weighing the pros and cons of ClickFunnels versus lead pages. And I'm like, I don't know why I wrote it. It was one of the businesses I started. I'm like, oh, this would make a pretty good article for content to get out there. So ClickFunnels versus lead pages. They both versus each other. And one of the things that ClickFunnels does is it's got a thing that when somebody puts in their email address with ClickFunnels actually knows all our background information on our social medias. It actually gives us a rating how connected that we are. Are we an influencer or are we like a pretender? It's like going through, remember that movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise? And he shows up and like that machine like analyzes their eye, like and it pops out like all this information about them, like their credit rating and they are. So that's what I wrote an article about in ClickFunnels versus lead pages. I wrote an article about that, and I mentioned that. I'm like, you should have saw what this one guy. This is in the article. I'm like, this one guy put his email address in, and he had like 100 friends, and he had a score that was really, really low. And I was like, gosh, this guy is such a loser. And I was like, oh wait, and I put in parentheses, yeah, I was my first email. I was the first name on my email list. I was like, it says it's supposed to be funny, and that article actually took right off. It became pretty popular. I ended up shutting that business down, but I was like really sad because that article is like doing really, really good. I'll see if I can find that article and find it for you and post it for you, because it was like I was getting all sorts of comments and people are just, this is hilarious. I did all sorts of funny stuff in there. So anyways, I was teaching my student here, and she had stuff to do, assignments each week, and I was just kind of like telling her like the steps that I went through and kind of what I wish that somebody would have showed me, and she wasn't doing it. And in her defense, she had a very busy life, and she had kids that committed to and taking care of the kids, and this was requiring her. She had other commitments in her life, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about in a little sec. She had commitments in her life that she did not want to give up in order to make room for these. And all the commitments was like watching television, sleeping an extra 5-10 minutes in, and on her rides to and from work, she'd rather listen to the radio than fill herself up with podcasts like you are and audiobooks. She had commitments. She wanted, Misfit, when you are going after the life you want, it requires you to give up that stuff. Not like totally. You got to make room for it. You just have to. You can't just magically add to it and get to what you want. And the step 2 I'm going to talk to you about is giving up your comforts. And I'm going to give you a little head start here. The size of your income, the size of your impact made upon this world, lives change, and you becoming rich as a result, is in direct disproportionate to your comfort levels. Let me repeat that. The impact that you're making, those lives that you're changing, those problems that you're solving for other people, you overcoming your imposter syndrome, you fighting the fear and winning and getting, as a result, you're a success. And you get better at sales by jumping in and asking for the sale and collecting a bunch of no's, and eventually you just get, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, oh, you said no 40 times? That's all right, that's fine. And that only happens by getting in the fight and asking those tough questions. Hey, do you want to buy this thingy? Do you want to buy my product? Do you want this in blue or white? Do you want the bronze package or the gold package? It gets required, and as long as you go in the mindset of feeling like, hey, I'm going to suck groins at this, I'm going to suck balls at this in the beginning, but I'm going to expect myself to get better. I'm going to go back and relearn what I did, because I get better at that selling part and getting better at facing the rejection part. My bank account is going to go up. My income level is going to go up. My impact made, my lives change is going to go up. Because when they get a hold of your product, whether it's your MLM product or your own product, when they get a hold of it, their lives just got made better, Misfit. You know that. So you can't have comfort, and you can't have the riches. You can't have the riches and you becoming a hero and you changing lives and comfort in the same time. So that's your step 2 there. So that was my student here. She couldn't give it up, and I had to get tough with her. And the whole reason why I had to get tough with her is because, I almost told her name. I'm like, I told her, I'm disappointed in you. I'm giving you steps to do, and you're not doing it. I'm not impressed. I am not impressed with what the work that you've been doing so far. I admire you for trying. I admire you. It's great. But you can't even read a book. You can't even carve out 10 minutes a day. You can't give up TV to read a book. You got to make a decision here. I had to get real with her. I had to get tough with her. And it was really tough. And I did. I had to do that for her own good. It was extremely painful for me to actually have that talk. And I had to do it because I couldn't have her try it, fall flat on her face, and she'd be out thousands of dollars, and I don't know what she would have been spent thousands of dollars on, but it's pretty easy to spend it when you jump into this world of entrepreneurship. It's real easy to spend thousands of dollars right away. There's a lot of people peddling a lot of stuff, and most of it's junk. Junk, Misfit. I should know. I bought a lot of them. So I had to tell her, I'm like, and more importantly, I had to be tough with her because the market is not going to be easy on her. Oh, I'm going to buy your product because, you seem like a really nice person and it seems like you're trying really hard and this seems to be really important to you. She'll have 2 sales if that's the case. One from me and one from grandma. Her grandma. Like, that's about it. For real. Because if somebody doesn't pick up what you're selling because they don't feel it's going to benefit them, they ain't selling. They ain't buying what you're selling. So I had to be real. I'm like, the world out there is going to be a whole lot more crueler than I am. It's kind of what they do with the Marines and the SEALs. Like, they put them through hell in training because they say, if we're not tough on you, you're going to be a weakling out there, and your weaklingness, that's a word now, is going to cost somebody a life. So we have to be tough on you. So that's what I told her. And it didn't end too well with us. And I kind of became a meanie in her eyes and tough person, and I kind of told her. I think she came around to like understanding and being accepting, and it's all good now. But in the beginning, like she was really, really wrong with me. I was the bad guy and all that. And that's fine. I'd rather I be the bad guy and she's a little mad at me than her jump out there into the world and create thousands of copies of her program, which is pretty easy to do. It's all online. It's all digital. It's not like back in the day. Like, remember the original P90X's days? Like one of the most successful infomercial products ever, P90X. It was all on CDs. Like somebody had to buy that, make that, and ship them out, and then they had to distribute all of that. Yuck! Nowadays, you put up a video online, and you connect it to YouTube, and you unlist it, and you send somebody to it. Hey, buy my thingy. I'll teach you how to do this. And then they set up a PayPal account, and they send you money through a PayPal account, and then you send them the link. Oh, my gosh. You got to get good at selling and marketing and building that audience and all that fun stuff and how to actually sell it. But, dude, like, that's why Beachbody is going on demand because of the online digital, because it's so easy. It's so fun to do. So anyways, that was number 2 there, why you won't be a success. Number 1, reason why you won't be a success, if you believe this, if you don't do anything with what I'm about to tell you, unsuccessful people blame everything else. Successful people are always blaming themselves, Misfit. There's an accident that they're in. What was my fault? You are supremely responsible for where you're at in life. You're a human being, right? That's what makes us human beings different than a bear, than a giraffe. Oh my gosh, Planet of the Apes is on right now in the movies, and I gotta go watch it because I love those movies. I never got to the original ones, but all those apes are out there. What makes us humans special? We get dropped in the middle of a jungle like Bear Grylls, and dude, we don't have claws. We can't jump really cool and climb trees like monkeys and apes and Planet of the Apes. We don't are able to smell something 50,000 feet away like dogs. We are very boring as far as like our survival instincts, as far as like what we can do. We don't have claws. We don't have teeth. We got some animal in us. We got some carnal in us, but it's not that much. We're good enough to even like, I don't know, we're real lucky we end up taming those dogs. Because a dog could take us out if we wanted. Our skin is like, what are you listening to me on? An iPhone? Does the iPhone got a plastic covering? Right? Or an Android? So that thing's got a shield on it, right? That you could drop a hammer on? Dude, we don't even have that. You know how fragile that we are? We're like super fragile. So us humans don't got nothing. So why are we the most successful species? Apparently, I know the dolphins are like, thank you for the fish, and the dolphins apparently, according to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I guess the dolphins got its beat. And what was the one that actually is better than us? Was it snails or something? There's like one other species that's really the advanced species on this planet. Is it snails? I know dolphins are there too. Dolphins are like, see you later, thank you for all the fish. They sing that song. Oh, amazing book, amazing movie. So what makes us humans so special? Because we're capable, because we're figuring things out. Because we're like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to build something. I'm going to create something. Us humans are the creators. You create your own life, Misfit. Go off and create it. Go on a piece of paper today and go like, what would make my life perfect? Absolutely perfect. And break it down by a day, or you could do like ideas of a perfect day. And you just start taking the steps to create that. You can go woo-woo like that if you want. Who flipping cares? It's in our power to do it. We're creators. Somebody's driving by in a sports car that you want. That person went out there and said, I'm going to buy this sports car. Whether it was like they created the wealth and then like, yeah, what should I do with this money? Or that was like the reason for their creation of the wealth. I'm going to create this wealth for that race car. They created that. They made that happen for themselves. Stop blaming Trump. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming weather. That's what boring, mediocre, average people do, Misfit. I gotta complain about the weather. I'm gonna let my mood today be up to everything else. F that! You make your own life. You make your own future. You make your own day. You wake up today and you're like, I'm going to make today awesome. This is why today is going to be great. This is why today is going to be the greatest day ever. And you go out and you make it fluppin' happen. That's our swear word we made up. Fluppin'. All right? You got it? Is this coming through to you? Enough blaming mom and dad. And I hear you. You probably had it hard, the hardest growing up that it shouldn't be that way. I'm so sorry for the ways things, how your origins started, Misfit. For the struggles that you had. For what you experienced in childhood. That was not right. That should never have happened. You are totally in the right there. That was not your fault. The question I'm posing to you now, Misfit, is what are you going to do about it? Are you going to let it be the reason that you're a failure? Are you going to let the reason that you're going to keep yourself down? From this very moment on, Misfit, if you're staying down, it's because you're letting yourself stay down. Are you familiar with the story of the elephants? How there's this elephant. You ever been to a circus? There's this elephant. The huge flopping elephant. This thing is huge. That elephant could trample every one of those puny human beings if it so desired. It could pick us up and squish us in their cool trunks. Woo! Pick us up in their trunks and wrap us and squeeze us and pick up another one. They could pick us up with their trunk and toss us across the field if they wanted. They are that strong. They're in the tons. And their hide is really, really tough. They're like an iPhone shield like that. It's really, really tough. Anyways, they're growing up, and they're a little baby elephant, and the owner goes out and hooks them up to a chain and ching, 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 puts that chain in the ground with the spike and puts that leash there. I guess the leash's version. Says, all right, elephant, you're stuck here. And the elephant kind of fights a little bit. Like, that sounds like more like a horse than an elephant, but I don't know what baby elephants sound like. I haven't been around that many, so I couldn't tell you. I missed it. But it's like, woo, like that. And he pulls against that spike, but that spike's too much for him. That leash is too much for him. And so he tries, and he fails, and so he gives up. He's like, what's the point? I'm going to spend my energy thinking about peanuts and not pulling up spikes to let me go be free. And he gets older, and he gets older, and he goes older. He just learned that spike's holding him down. And now he's super strong. Now he can trample every human being that's in his path if he wanted. But he's like, he doesn't move from that spike. Because he's like, yep, I learned that spike's not moving. So why should I even bother? It's called learned helplessness. It's a psychology thing. And it's totally what's going on with us humans. Totally. When you aren't aware of it. Misfit, you've been held down by a little spike. A little teeny little spike. That's been keeping you down. And today is the day you're ripping that sucker up. Sucker, I said. Sometimes I do let a couple bombs fly, just so you know, but it's usually when I'm just getting heated and my muse is really switched on and I'm trying to talk to you, trying to fire you up, trying to get you to see the greatness that's in you. That's all I exist for. I'm kind of like Apocalypse from the movie Age of Apocalypse, X-Men, but I'm like a good guy Apocalypse. And I'm way more handsome than that guy. Wow, what was going on with him? Yeesh. Anyways, he had other mutants around him that he amplified their powers. He's like, I will make you so strong. Yeah. And that's like what I do. As I'm your amplifier. I'm making you stronger. So you're ripping out that spike today, Misfit. You're ripping that sucker up, and you're being free. You're free. Okay? No longer are you blaming mom and dad. No longer are you blaming family. No longer are you blaming friends. No longer are you blaming work. Everything from this moment on is your fault, okay? You get a pass up till now. You are forgiven up till now. Nobody told you about this spike. Nobody told you about these lessons. People probably screwed you over and probably soured you. And I feel for you. I've been there. I know. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to let be the reason that you stay down? Or are you going to use the reason to fire yourself up, to win out despite your past, to actually use it as ammunition, be like, I got to become successful. That way I can inspire thousands, if not millions, with my story. If I can go from this much crappiness and ugliness and stuff that shouldn't have happened to me, and I still end up becoming a success and made people happy and saved a bunch of people. Well, who else out there can do that? If my story can inspire them to get them what they're doing, isn't that worth it, Misfit? Isn't that worth it? You getting over that little fear? That little fear that's holding you back? I know what's holding you back. I know it. I know what it is, and we're going to get over it. We're going to defeat it. We're going to kick it in his balls. Mr. Fear is going to have hurt balls after we're done with them. Oh, I can't wait. So that's number one. We hit on number 2 already. Do you remember what number 2 was? Discomfort. It's just the way it is, Misfit. I wish it was I wish we could get where we wanted to go, being comfortable. Whoever designed this world, it's their fault. Blame them. In my world, when we invent our own world, when I invent my own world, country, in my own virtual reality, it's going to be the more comfortable you are, the more successful that you are. But look at how you get hot muscles. Look at how you lose fat, ugly, unsexy fat. Look how you get in shape. You can press the ladies with. You can press the boys with. Getting that hot butt of yours. It has to happen through discomfort. It doesn't happen sitting on our butt. I wish it did. I for real wish it did. I love being comfortable. And there's a time and place for it. The cool thing part of it is you don't have to trade in that much comfort to get what you want. It's like, let's say discomfort. Let's say your comfortable days is equal to 10 hours. You got to put in like 15 minutes of discomfort. You don't have to sacrifice your 10 hours of comfort in order for it. And that's why my student failed. It's my fault. Like, it wasn't right for her. Like this entrepreneurship, it's not right for anybody. And I wanted to work out a little better for her, and I probably could have gone about it a better way. But I had to be cruel with her. I had to tell her kind of how it is. Like, in order to be successful, this is what you got to do. Otherwise, you're just going to be, it's not going to work. And it stems from Misfit, me asking you, do you want this to work? Do you want this to work? Then it requires, and if the answer is yes, requires the sacrifice a little comfort for discomfort. To just kind of feel that fear every day and do that thing anyways that's making you feel that fear, and do it. And you don't whatever happens, you don't get attached to the outcome, whether you're asking for the sale and they give you a yes or a no. You're like, I'm just going to do it just to ask to get over this fear. I can show Coach Spiegel I am somebody to believe in. I'm believing in you, Misfit. Don't let my belief in you be misguided. Don't let my belief in you be my... How did I word that? Never mind. I don't know how to word that. If I had to edit, I'd edit that part out, but these are as live as I can go with it. I recorded these live, upload it, it's live, baby. All right, number 3. Who do I have to become? Oh, I love this one. Person you are today is not the person that's going to make $1 million. Person you are, what you know is what's in your awesome head. You got a beautiful brain right now, Misfit. I love who you are right now. I love everything that you've done with yourself. It's brought you this moment right here and right now where we're going to do something about it. We're going to take you on where you need to go to get your dreams coming true, to get those people proud of you that you want to be proud of you, to stop stressing every day. We're going to do it. But you don't have the skills and tools right now. I'm going to be real with you. The person you are right here, right now, is not the person that's going to get this done. Is not the person that's going to be making $1 million. We don't set out to make $1 million. You set out to become a person that makes $1 million. And whatever that, replace $1 million with whatever else you want. Replace it with freedom. Person you are, you don't set out to get freedom. You set out to become the person that has freedom, that has a life, has a business that affords them freedom like that. How to build your business around you. Instead of like, oh, here's my business, let's squeeze in my free time, my personal time. Let your business serve you. We're going to talk about all that. Good talk today, huh, Misfit? Covered a lot. You got a lot to sit on. You're going to be okay. Today's talk is brought to you by water. And you're going to be all right. As long as you abide by those 3 right there, you're going to be okay. Because you are a misfit. You got that purpose in you. You got that guidance in you. You got that urge in you, that whatever it is that's pulling you. And you've ran away from it before. And you try to mask it. You try to run away from it. You try to quiet that voice. that feeling that you should be doing more. You're immensely talented. You're immensely gifted. It's about time we're going to be doing something with that. We will catch you in the next one, Misfit. I love you. I love you, and I want nothing more. See you succeed. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye. So, Mom Wire, did you like this? Was that pretty cool stuff? Did you learn something really good? I know, right? I know, pretty awesome stuff. So I'm going to give you a quick little marketing lesson here. I don't know what accent that was. Maybe a nice little, I think it's French, right? French little accent. Nice little marketing lesson here. So what you just partook on, think of it as like, I call it the grocery store lady, the GSL formula equation. Beautiful. It's worked since the beginning of time. Tale as old as time. So what you do is you go up to the grocery store lady, and she gives you a sample of like pizza. And she goes, here you go, young lady, have a slice of pizza. And you're like, wow, that's really good pizza. And she goes like, yeah, they're on sale, $5.99. Right, only 50 left. And you're like, I want it. And you go ahead and you buy it. None of that happened unless that little slice of pizza was again. Well, Mom, where you just engaged yourself, you just downloaded, you just into your brain, you just digested my little slice of the sample for you. If you thought that was good, wait till you see what's waiting for you next. Go to the misfitmomwarrior.com/Katniss, and it puts, with the training you just went through, it puts that on steroids and blows your world up, blows your entire business up. I give you about 40 marketing degrees in 5 days. I condense about 20 years of marketing lessons and trials and tribulations. Okay, it's only like 2 years I've been in this business, but I pulled it from people that were in business for like 20 years and making mistakes, and I show you how to do it best. And go there and have Adder totally free, a little 5-day little mini course totally free, and get your life redone, get your MLM business redone. Basically, the essence of it, Mom, is how to turn strangers into buyers and stop bugging your friends and family, and how to do about it. For a profession that has marketing half their title, aka network marketing, aka multi-level marketing, they teach you crap about marketing. Crap! At least the ones that I've been a part of, at least the ones that I witnessed, and even the learnings I've done. Oh yeah, I'm done talking. You got some go into that website to do and get your life worked awesome, and stop this stress about who am I going to talk to, who am I going to give my pitch to. I'll show you how to do all that there. misfitmomwarrior.com/Katniss. Oh, it's in the show notes too. Duh. Go there, have at her, get your life redone. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being great. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being that light upon the world and letting your greatness shine and fly every single day and impacting those lives that you are. You're meant for greatness, Mom. My job to help pull it out. Thank you for being great and beautiful and encourageable and brave as well. And all those. I just heart you and your face and your soul so much. Bye for now. Mwah.